violent protests, riots, looting. During the past few months, people in America and Europe speak more and more about the issue of racism. For some, the scenes of all the violence only confirm their racial prejudice. Committing criminal acts is not a very effective way to dispel criminal stereotypes. Others say they behave this way because they are oppressed, because they are poor. This is not their fault. All the crimes that they commit, on the contrary, only emphasize how mistreated they are. The Torah does not agree with either one of these positions. Our last video discussed whether we believe people have free will. This concept seems purely philosophical and boring. What do these scholastic debates have to do with my life? In reality, though, this question is directly affecting how I look at others and at myself. Both of the above-mentioned positions, the racist view and the view of those justifying criminality, are based on the secular ideology that believes that we are programmed by either our nature or nurture. They believe that either our genes or our life circumstances rob us of our freedom to choose. In the previous video, we demonstrated that only faith in God allows us to believe that people have freedom of choice. And the absence of faith in God leaves us without the freedom to choose, the belief in freedom of choice. I hope you got this. Watch the last video if you missed it. We are all born with a lot of limiting conditions. Our environment, our family's finances, the education we receive, and many other factors always restrict our possibilities. But the Torah believes that with all this, a person always has the freedom to choose whether to act according to its laws or not. And this is the only area in which all people are always equal. A few weeks ago, I spoke in my video about racism. We have a genetic predisposition in probably all areas of life, except for moral behavior. And this is the only measure by which the Torah judges a person. Racists believe that genetics determine the morality of person's behavior. Therefore, they say that there are more or less advanced races. That is, they believe that the nature of a person is taking away his freedom of choice. People who justify criminal behavior say that people are committing acts of violence because of their economic conditions, lack of education, not seeing any future for themselves. That is, they believe that the conditions of a person are taking away his freedom of choice. The Torah does not believe that either nature or nurture can rob a person of his free will. This idea is important not only for discussing social issues, but also for what we tell our children and what we tell ourselves. We need to drill this into our children's heads, that nothing can ever take away their freedom to choose the right thing. And therefore, in every situation, they can always make a moral decision. We must also repeat this to ourselves time and time again. I always have a free choice, and therefore I'm never a victim of my circumstances.